boot up the old YouTube, use some more processing power from my computer. Why not? That's what I built it for, right? Yeah, let's close some tabs. So we got some tickers with catalysts today. What are catalysts, Dan? Catalysts are events that move the stock and get people excited to buy a security or option. And that is what we are seeing on AGRX. It was below $1 and now it's not. It hit a high of 190 and it is consolidating around an old support level. So I got to go back and look. When the hell did I draw this Fibonacci level? I drew it way back here. This is a massive, so this is a major retracement, and I'm going to leave it up here as such because this is going to be a good magnet for reactionary price. Right, 50% retracements are very important to me. If you've been listening to me for a while now, you'll hear me talk about 50% retracements. And as such, we are on a 50% retracement with AGRX. So I like that. That makes me want to trade it more. Even after a gigantic gap up, we've got a consolidation triangle. And I will be looking at this one. I, of course, need to look at a couple other things first before I decide to take the trade. And that is, I will look at the daily moving averages to see where they're at, and we're above, it looks to be all of the ones that I would care about for resistance. Let's turn our trend lines off. Yeah, so we're above the 200. We're way above it. So that's good. This is a good bullish play. There's a potential pullback to the 124 level on AGRX because that's where the 200 SMA is. So that one will, yeah, contraceptive patch. I know. So that one will be on the list today. I got a frog in my throat this morning. UGAZ. Somebody asked me to look at UGAZ. Let's see, who was it? Awesomeness. So I will take a look at UGAZ. And we've got some, obviously you guys know what I like about this chart right off the bat, right? 50-day breakout over the 50-day. Nice consolidation, move up. You got momentum above the 200 SMA. Where the heck is the next big resistance zone? Well, you got a magnet way out here on the 200 daily for you guys. So if we look at the daily chart, we can see we are pretty hot with momentum. We do have a weekly. This will be respected a little bit at least. You'll see price acknowledge this 200 weekly moving average. That is at 51.52. Right? Wait, is that right? Yeah, 50. Hang on, that's not what that is then. That's the 20. Brain fart. That is actually at 1787. Sorry, I was reading numbers in the chart wrong. So 1787, I would mark that out. If you have TrendSpider, I would be creating an alert here, and I would want to know when short-term price action touches inside this band. This band is very wide, so you can make it much narrower and actually edit the alert and have it be more accurate. Why is it not letting me do it? So I'm going to delete this alert. Redo. I would want to know when we touch, and I want to know sensitivity within 10 cents because it's so close. Now we're going to get a nice alert on that. Otherwise, if we were just looking at dailies, we would miss this. Of course, you can also look at trend lines. There's a trend line right up there too. So perfect confluence of resistance up there. And now you're going to get alerted by TrendSpider when you get close to that weekly. All right, let's take a look at, this is Trend Spider. So for anybody watching, we are we are huge fans of Trend Spider. They're becoming more known, but they're pretty unknown. They created a algorithmic charting platform that automatically does multi-time frame analysis, lets you look at different time frame charts for up to 4 at once with multiple different time frames. So I like to look at maybe the 5 versus the hourly. I'll look at the 15 versus the daily, and I will have all these different time frames marked out so I can see these moving average touches, these trend line touches in real time. It uses math to do all of it, and it's extremely accurate. Extremely accurate. So I just posted the link to the review, and we have a discount code so you guys can try it out for free and save money. And then when you want somebody to teach you how to use TrendSpider, you guys can watch our videos and come into the trade rooms and see me use it. As long as I stream, I'm pretty much using it throughout the entire day to plan my trades. All right, so over to Apple. Apple had earnings. They were really good. We have we have a move up above the 50-day. I'm sorry, the 50 hourly. And we can look at our daily moving averages. We are well off the 9 EMA daily. We blasted off there towards the end of the day yesterday. Earnings good. There's potential pullback to the 9 EMA again after earnings, especially if futures are a little shaky. But right now I'm seeing SPY move up. And we've got, we have incredible earnings across the board, so I don't see any reason to really be bearish. The China trade news deals could be a problem. We'll have to see how that affects markets. Impeachment nonsense that's going on with the political. It's something to pay attention to, be aware of. That could affect. We also have economic data today. We've got Chicago PMI data in 19 minutes, and then we've got, of course, natural gas storage data a little bit later today. So at any rate, I have Apple calls and puts loaded, 250 calls, 245 puts. Those are what I'm looking at today for Apple. I'm also watching Facebook. I sold my bull call spread ahead of earnings. Made some money on that. We now got a huge flag pre-market. Again, I have calls and puts loaded on Facebook. 190 puts, 200 calls. We're kind of in the middle of that perfectly, so I'm going to play any kind of move, down, up, look for a bounce play. This is a pretty hot move, so any type of pullback would be welcome. You could ride it down, then buy the dip, go back up. I'm going to be watching for that, and I'm going to be watching the VIX. Let's take a look at CANF real quick, and then I'll go and look at some of the other stocks that you guys are talking about. That's right, Lyft earnings. We can talk about Lyft. So we got a huge flag on CANF. They had news this morning, and what did we hit that caused these wicks? We can quickly draw. So we hit some daily Fibonacci levels. I bet you there's a weekly up here that maybe I'm not seeing. Yeah, so there's a weekly MA up here. That's the 20. So we want to be aware of that. That's at 340. We stopped at 330, and we have this weekly trend line. So that makes a lot of sense. Look at this trend line before. This was that big blow off. This is probably going to be bearish. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that this rolls over, and this could be a really good short today. As long as it does not hold the 9 EMA 15-minute, as you can see right here. This has been support right now. When this rolls over, you're going to get good confirmation. It looks like the 5-minute 9 EMA 20. Your momentum moving averages are still up here to catch it, but based on the performance of this in the past, it looks like it's probably going to do the same thing. It's going to pump and dump. So could be a good short. Not sure on the float size of this and if shares are going to be available on your broker, but they're hard to borrow on Thinkorswim, so you might have a hard time getting shares on this. Let's take a look at, got a request for Twillo. Let's see, we got 2 minutes to the bell. So Twillo, huge gap down and retracement. It looks like it's pulling back again. There's a 0 fib here in this daily trend line. 97.40. So I would maybe look for this to retest this trend line. Right now it's underneath a lot of its momentum moving averages. So you might be able to play a falling wedge here. You might be able to get a bounce off this 97.35. Right now the chart looks pretty broken and needs to kind of trade this range out before going any serious long. Any serious long would be, you'd look for profit taking at the 200 SMA 5-minute or the 90 EMA daily. And did Square have earnings? Not yet. Yeah, Square is definitely stuck in a bearish range too. This is going to have to break out over the 200 SMA 5-minute before I would want to trade it. 62.50 has been a big kind of balance of power level, I've noticed. So you'd want to see this really break over here and push. Right now, bearish for sure. I would stay away for the time being. And Lyft looks good. I almost went long on this the day that they had that news. The CEO was saying going to be profitable by 2020 or 2021. I didn't. I day traded it. I actually got the fade, and now we've got this daily candle moving up. So Lyft potential resistance 49.50. There's a lot of air up here on Lyft. So this could be a really good play up to that 49 level. I actually might have to load options on this one now. Yeah, I think I'm going to add that to my watch list. All right, there's the bell. So I'm going to kill the YouTube stream. I kind of rambled on a little bit. Did not manage my time that well. So thanks for watching on YouTube, guys, and I'll see you later.